I like full driving because it's a challenge. No matter how good you can build your car, if it's stock or a fully blown comp truck, it's not just down to how good it is. There's a skill involved in it, and the relationship you build with your car, knowing how it drives, and you only get that through practice. And the mates you get with that, the best people you'll ever meet are out on the tracks full driving as well. Camping, the places you get to see, you wouldn't get there without the full drive. I'm Matt Kinsela. I'm a full drive nut, and this is my 2002 Hilux. Well, me and my Hilux go way back. I bought it when I was 18, and I've probably spent more hours with that than any person that I know in my life. Every night or afternoon or weekend has been spent with it, whether I'm working on it, fixing it, full driving, just driving to work every day, 7 years on, and nothing's changed. I'm still in it 8 hours a day every day, working on it, fixing it, driving it. Yeah, so I had the 60, it was too unreliable and killing me in fuel being petrol. So I was turning it in soon so I could get a loan and buy a good car. I was riding motorbikes a lot, so I needed to get a ute. Toyota was the only choice, and I wanted a dual cab and factory turbo diesel. I was looking for months and I couldn't find one that had low Ks, was well looked after and was stock and not destroyed already. So I couldn't find one. I was getting pretty demoralised, and my old man found one down the road. This young guy had bought off his boss that my old man knew. I didn't like it at all. It had a big alloy 5-poster, clearance lights down the side, big mud flaps and truck stacks, which was definitely not my style. But Dad saw through that and said, rip it all off, you're gonna take it off anyway, and sell it, pay for some of the stuff you want to buy. So I did, and it was a good choice. Like, I bought a new bull bar. I sold the alloy one for more than I paid, which was really helpful because I had no money then. And then sold the huge tray that was on it, ripped off the side steps, put some sliders on it. The only thing let down was IFS. So what some of my mates had done, which I then followed suit, cut everything off, start again, get a diff out of a Land Cruiser or a Hilux already solid, put it in, coil springs or leaf springs, gets you more travel, solid, you're not going to break anything, it's reliable. After the original sole axle swap was done, I definitely could see some improvements to be made, so I changed it up a bit. I put the Superflex arms in, I redid a few of the mounts so it worked a bit better, done the high steer with the Hellfire knuckles, put a new housing through it, and that's where it started. Hilux is the only car I own that's registered. If it's not running, I'm not making it to work on Monday. So if I go on a trip to Queensland on the weekend and I got back, it's got to be going. Could never imagine selling my Hilux. I couldn't imagine how many hours I spent on my Hilux since I bought it. Some weeks, it would have been 40 hours a week on top of work for months on end, trying to get things right, how I want them. I'm pretty particular about what I want, so if I get an idea, that's what's happening, down to just little things like where the switches go in my dash, through to the wheel carrier on the back when I put the canopy on. I didn't want a wheel carrier to open before I lift up the canopy window, so everyone said it wouldn't be doable, but now I've got a canopy window that lifts up with my spare tyre on it. Under the bonnet, I've got a second battery, which is linked directly to the main battery for the front high mount winch, and it's got a PWR water-to-air intercooler. It's got a 3-inch exhaust and a DP chip. I put an isolator in for when I compete. It's a requirement to be able to isolate power at any time. Having so much confidence in my car, we were up at the Hilux meet one year in Queensland there. Me and a mate were talking to a guy about going to Cape York and how he'd been planning it for 2 years to do it. And we said, how can you plan something for so long? Just driving, like, just do it. And we had all these justifications, so we thought, let's go to Cape York tomorrow. So off we went. I rang my boss, said I needed another week off, and we went to Cape York. It was great, best 2 weeks of my life. We did the Hilux meet, Cape York, Land Cruiser Park, Coffs Harbour, all in one go, unplanned, no dramas, saw it all. Well, at the moment, I guess my shed, it's pretty much my home. I spend most of my time here except when I'm at work, and then I come back here and I'll sleep here some nights if I have to do what I'm doing. My partner Julia is very forgiving. If I'm here until 2 a.m. instead of taking her to dinner, or I'm out with the boys wheeling, she understands it's what I love and supports me. The feeling you get from building it yourself is incomparable in my world. Knowing that I've built that from the ground up to what it is today, I can trust it to drive to Queensland tomorrow to tackle Cape York, or to work tomorrow, or I can go into competition. There's no way I could buy something and have the faith in it to do that without knowing that it's all done right and the way I would want it done. And the money, no, I couldn't afford to do it by paying someone to build it and just go and pick it up when it's done. I've had no formal training. I've just read manuals, internet. I've got good mates with experience who do it for a job. My old man has friends who I learnt off when I was younger, and I've just built up the knowledge off that. People obviously have confidence in my work to the point they're bringing me their car to work on, so the knowledge I've gained has worked out. So I guess that shows sometimes passion can push it further than formal training. If that's what drives you, there's no limit to what you can do.